use Dychem to coat the 12 gauge 4130 cold rolled steel, and then I take a pattern and scribe around it. That Dychem makes the trace pattern show up good on this steel. The pattern's the shape I want the buckle, and then I'm going to cut it out with my bandsaw. I normally have a 1/4 inch blade on this. At the time of this filming, I only had a 1/2 inch. It makes it a little harder to turn corners and all, but it gets the job done. Anyway, I'm leaving a crossbar in the back, and I'm cutting just outside my trace line. The crossbar is going to keep it from distorting when I dome it, and I just cut through the crossbar in the back and then cut the center out, and then I'll weld that crossbar back together. And almost done here. Like I say, I cut right outside the line, so when I'm filing it, I can file back to the line. Anyway, it gets pretty hot cutting it. That's why I'm jumping around a little bit. Anyway, you can see the slit right here I made. I'm going to tack it back together. You have to have a crossbar or something back there to keep this from distorting when you're going to dome it. This particular buckle is going to be domed here in a minute. I'm filing it here to file it back to the strike line. And here I'm using a 12-inch bench grinder to grind it back down a little nicer and finer. Get the edges rounded like I want it. Then I use the 3M deburring wheel, and this makes a real nice polish on it for now. Anyway, I'm doming this buckle. I tape it up and put it on some urethane, and I use a 4-inch pipe cap to dome it with. And a lot of times I hard solder the silver overlays on before I dome it. But you can't do that. In this particular video, I'm using soft solder, so the beginners and intermediates can get more use out of this and see how I do the soft solder. That you can use soft solder on buckles. You just have to dome them first, because the doming process will take off the silver overlays with soft solder. So anyway, I've got it domed here. I kind of like the way it looks. Take the tape off of it and give a look at it. Yeah, it looks pretty good there. And anyway, going to cut this crossbar out completely in the back and file it back down a little bit to where it looks like it was never in there. I don't need it no more since I've got it domed now. Take it back over to the studio. Now I'm going to make the crossbar and tongue. One part of my tongues is an 8mm solid nickel rod, and I mark it about 3/16 wide. I drill an 1/8 inch hole in it, about an 1/8 inch deep in the center. I center punch that hole first, and the tongue's going to be soldered into this hole. The 3/16 is where I'm going to cut the 8mm rod, and that's going to help center the belt up in the opening. And then I drill a 1/8 inch hole down the center of that rod, 1/4 inch deep. And this will be the hole that the crossbar goes through. This will all come together here in a minute when you see it. And here's the piece that I just made. And I'm going to cut the tongue. I think the tongue's going to be around, I think I start with around 2 inches on the tongue. Now this is the crossbar there, but this is the tongue here. It's about 2.5 inches long. And I use 65% solder on this. Now, if you're not used to using high heat solder, you can bend a loop in your tongue instead of using this solder on nickel rod like I do. I just like doing this. It looks cleaner to me, and it's just the way I've done them. Okay, I check the width, and I've got to bend my crossbar bends now. And I do that with my little bender. I've had some videos showing how I did this bender, and you ought to look it up. They're pretty handy for something like this. Now I bend the first crossbar bend, and I check it, and I'm going to make a mark as to where I need to bend the next bend to line up on the buckle. One thing you want to make sure you do is put your crossbar on this, your tongue on this crossbar before you make your second bend, because otherwise you're not going to get it on there. And there, I've got it on there, and I'm going to bend this parallel to the other one and level. Now, I purposely made a lot extra on this side so I can make sure that I've got enough, and I will cut it off. I just kind of scribe across them and make sure they're going to be even. And I just use a jeweler's saw to cut it off. I don't like cutting these with dikes because the end, it kind of pinches the end on them, and then you got to file that down to do something with it. So I just saw them, and then I take my rotary sander and I'll kind of sand a little taper on the ends of this crossbar so it can go down the holes in the buckles that I'm going to drill here in a minute. Now I'm going to drill 2 holes. They're 1/8 inch holes, and I'm going to drill them 3/32 deep. This is an 1/8 inch steel buckle. You don't want to drill your holes so deep that it comes out the other side, that's for sure. Anyway, this is what the crossbar is going to set down in, and then and these crossbars, they have to be hard soldered on, as well as the tongue, because they take a lot of abuse, and they're just kind of sticking up there, and you sure don't want them coming loose, or the buckle will be disabled. I'm going to put this one on with 56% silver. I've got it fluxed up, and you can see me soldering it on here. And that's how it looks. Now, like I say, I'm going to put the silver on this buckle with 430-degree solder, and there's nothing wrong with this. The thing is, you can tin your pieces too. That makes it a lot easier also. But there's nothing wrong with this. It will hold. I've never had one come loose. A lot of guys do this, but I mostly hard solder now. But back then, I was at the time of this filming, I was mostly soft soldering, and I just bend them in the shape of the buckle. They have to be close. They have to be real close. And I use my little stainless steel clips that I use on all these different things. I've showed how to build these in other films. And as long as you got it clamped down good, you can just kind of heat up underneath it, and that soft solder will flow pretty easy. It don't take a whole lot of heat. And the flow out on it is real easy to clean up too on soft solder. You can put it in a sandblaster, or you can just simply sand it off. I've got the back 2 on there. Now I'm going to put the front 2 on. I sanded everything up kind of clean, and I'll flux up the front part, and I get them bent the same way, flux them up. The pieces are tinned again. And one thing about using soft solder, you have to protect your other pieces on the buckle so they don't get heated and come off while you're trying to put other pieces on. And I use Cool Gel for this, and I just put it on the back 2 pieces that I already have on it, and that works real good. You don't have to do this now with hard solder. They won't come loose. But with soft solder, anytime you heat around it, it could come loose. Here we got it all on there, and I'll do the brand the same way when I put it on. I'll put Cool Gel on these pieces and put the brand right in between them. Now I'm going to dome this tongue, because you don't want it going just straight up to the top edge. So I kind of use my bracelet domer and put a little curve in it. And then I'm going to use my little bender again, and I'm going to hit that tongue, and I'm going to kink that down over the back edge of that buckle so it sits down on there. Now I make that part a little long just on purpose so I can make sure I got enough. You can see how it kind of holds, sticks way over it. Now I'm going to take it over here, and I'm going to flatten the tongue down on my anvil. And then I'm going to take it over here, and I'm going to mark it kind of in a round curve, and I'm going to cut that off with my jeweler's saw. And I'm going to take my sander, and I'm going to sand around that to where it's real nice and smooth so it don't scar nothing up. And that's what I'm doing here. And then I just polish that tip all up. Anyway, now we're going to engrave it. Like I say, the logo is put on the same way as the overlays were. And then after we engrave it, we'll polish it all up, put the blue in or brown in on it, and we've got a buckle. I show how to make the keepers in a different video, and check that out. You can see how to make it all. Thanks.